Hey, thanks for joining us here on the Friday Wrap with Peet and Reet. And as you can see, it's just Peet, no Reet. That time of the year into July, almost the middle of July, here on July the 14th. And Reet has gone up north to beautiful northern Ontario and going to enjoy herself for a week or maybe 2 weeks. So we'll see her either next week or the week after. I got to get to the winners. And actually, everybody went on vacation. The only people that are in studio working, Director John. You can wave to everybody, Director John. Hey. There he is, Director John. Everybody else, all our producers, senior producers, have taken a little break for a week, so almost a hiatus here. Anyways, I'm going to go through the winners of our Canada Day contest because we had a problem on our website, and they promised to get those names up, but last week they couldn't get them up. So you're going to have 2 weeks now to collect your prizes, and it's real simple. If I call out your name, simply go to peet@peetandreet.com. That's an email. Send me a direct email. I will make a connection with you, and we'll make sure that you get the prize. Okay, so the first prize went to Gail Davison. That was Noah's Kitchen. That's a $50 gift certificate, and you're going to enjoy yourself. It's a great place to eat, and it's like being in LA or New York or Toronto. It's a wonderful restaurant. We had two pairs of Niagara Helicopters tickets. Get to fly over the Horseshoe Falls, the American Falls, and all across both Niagara Falls, New York, and Niagara Falls, Canada. You're going to love it. Alicia Smith, we have a pair for you, and Marg Pontello has already picked up her ticket. She was on site when we called out the name. Sitting here in Studio J1, just behind that camera, is a Alan Frew guitar signed by Alan Frew, Glass Tiger, and Nori Rattan. If you come down and get a hold of me on my website and at my email, you will have yourself a beautiful guitar that has, it's priceless, actually. And talking about priceless, let's go to the NHL jersey from the alumni. This is from the Bobby Hull roast a couple of years ago, signed by 50 hockey players, including Bobby Hull. And then since it was Canada Day, since we had Rich Little, Marcel Dion, and Derek Sanderson on site, they also signed the jersey. So this jersey has incredible value. It's priceless as well. And that goes to Salvatore Villarto. And the last prize we had to give away for Canada Day was a silver maple table. And Michael St. John, you are the winner of that. So please get a hold of me at peetandreet.com, and we will send that out to you. Now, looking at a new Governor General here in Canada and our Prime Minister, I'm not going to talk about Trudeau, and I'm not going to talk about Trump, and I'm not going to talk about anything other than our PM has actually supposedly appointed a new Governor General, and that is Julie Payet, who was an astronaut. I got to talk to Julie when she came down to Niagara about 5-6 years ago. What an amazing person. She's now going to be the representative to the Queen for Canada. We want to do something special in this Friday Wrap, and what we want to do is we've created the Duke Trilogy, the Peet and Reet Duke Trilogy, and we've interviewed now the Dukes, okay? So we have Bo, Luke, and Daisy, and we're going to take a quick look here at Luke Duke and our interview with Tom Wopat last year. So let's have a look at that. Very cool. So now your dream was always to be an actor, singer?
No, I was a singer, definitely, yeah. The acting thing just kind of happened because of the musicals. But, it's been good. It's been a lot of fun.
So did you have voice training? Were you natural? Or?
Both.
Yeah?
Yeah. Started when I was a little kid. Been singing in public since I was like 5 or 6. So basically, film stuff is you do little bits and pieces throughout the day. In stage stuff, I mean, you're there 2.5 hours, you're on, then you're done. Then also a couple years ago, we made a Christmas record, John and I.
Yeah, I saw it.
Which is bitchin', man.
Yeah, so much fun. Yeah, you guys got a really great sound, and you've got super control of your voice. I went back through some of your stuff before we had this interview, and I'll tell you, man.
I'm glad you like it. It's a lot of fun. It's something that I really enjoy to do, and so far people keep hiring me. I don't know what to say.
All right, so now, during your time when you were doing your show, what was your favorite show to watch?
Back then?
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't know. Probably ours.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, it was entertaining. Yeah. I didn't really watch that much episodic television.
So there's some snippets of Luke Duke, Tom Wopat. Great show. One of our highest rated shows on the Peet and Reet YouTube channel. Check it out. You're going to get some great insight into what it was like being on Dukes. And then you can see that he loved to sing and write music. So check that out. Don't miss it. And we'll be back with more in the Friday Wrap with Peet and Reet in just a minute. Stay with us. The Friday Wrap continues mid-July. It feels so weird not to have Reet here. I tell you, it's the Peet and Reet show, and it's just Peet today. Reet, of course, I told you before, is on vacation. We're going to take a look now at another in our trilogy, just a couple of snippets of Catherine Bach, who is Daisy Duke. And she has a great story. She really does. This is a side of how she got to be part of the Dukes of Hazzard, but also she tells a great story about John Schneider. So let's have a look at that.
But you had a great part in it. Did you like playing that part?
I did, because Daisy Duke was the only character in that show that wasn't based in reality. That show today is so fantasy oriented. It's such a bygone time in America, but I was a figment of the writer's imagination.
Now, your legs were insured for $1 million, is that true? Now, what does that mean? If your legs fall off, you make a claim and they get new ones?
Send you $1 million?
Well, you could fall and you could get a scrape, and that's a couple $100,000. Okay?
Oh, nice.
I think I'd be falling on purpose.
Well, especially that job, right?
I think my producers wanted to push me a few times.
Now, did you do all your stunts? I know the guys didn't.
No. I did do most of the horse.
Yeah.
Everything that you saw on a horse, because I was a horsewoman, grew up on a ranch, grew up holding onto the horse's mane and just going wild.
Running.
So that's pieces of our Catherine Bach interview, and Reed and I had so much fun. That was a great interview. It was a good time. I had to laugh, though, when she said it was a figment of the writer's imagination. I think she was the figment of a lot of imagination back then. So up next in our trilogy is John Schneider, who, of course played Beauregard Duke, and another fun interview. All three of these guys were big stars. All three of them were real easy to interview, and we had so much fun with them. But take a look at what John Schneider had to say.
And we got John Schneider stopping by. I can't believe it. I don't care about Dukes of Hazzard. I just think you were probably the greatest singer of all time, in country.
But,
Bless your heart.
All right,
Yes.
show's over. Then we
I
can go.
happen to agree with you.
and so you've done singing, acting, and you started your own Miracle Network. That's pretty impressive.
Well, Children's Miracle Network
Yeah.
Hospitals we've raised over $5 billion in the last 35
Good for you.
years.
You
Good
gotta be
for
so
you.
proud of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We started way back. The inception of it was 1982. First telethon was 1983, and it's been great. Marie Osmond and I have been doing that telethon. It's not a telethon anymore. It's a fundraising effort for different children's hospitals. We have a big presence up here in Canada.
Yeah. So why country music?
It seemed to make sense. My dad played in a square dance band when I was a kid in Mount Kisco, New York, and at that time, Jim Croce and Cat Stevens, and that was kind of considered, I guess, folk music at that point. And by the time I was doing Dukes of Hazzard, there really wasn't any folk music anymore.
Yeah.
And so I considered when I went into country, I considered that more folk.
So there you have it. That's the trilogy. We showed you some clips from all three shows, Daisy Duke, and of course Bo and Luke Duke, and great shows, honestly. But you got to watch them in order, okay? So you got to watch Tom first, then Catherine, and then John. And the reason I tell you that is because John and Catherine actually met the very first time and went on a ride. Both have slightly different stories about what happened that. So watch those shows. Get to the Peet and Reet YouTube channel. Like, share, and of course, subscribe if you haven't done that already. Now, over the past couple of weeks on the Friday Wrap, we've been following Richie Derwald, who of course is an entertainer out of Buffalo, New York, who's played all across right through to Vegas. And his dad, who's Mr. Fitness in Buffalo, and he's known probably around the world. I mean, the guy's 82 years old, looks like he's 60, and he's built like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Anyways, Richie on our show decided he needed to lose some weight. Thought he was sitting over here in the fat chair. Wasn't there. It was just because we had to have room for everybody. There was 4 of us, right? So he's sending us clips, and this is the latest clip, and he's with Robbie Raugh, who is another guru in fitness. She's a nurse, and she also does all kinds of nutrition. So let's have a look and see what Richie's been up to.
Hi, Peet and Reet. How you doing? I'm here today with Robbie Raugh. Now, she's a household name in the Western New York area. You're going to hear her on WDCX and now ESPN. She's on AM Buffalo. She's a highlight of Kingdom Bound. And you know what, Robbie? I don't know if anybody knows this, but you are an RN. You're a registered nurse.
And a nutritionist.
And a nutritionist. So you are overqualified to help me. I guess this is what I'm trying to say. So I've been trying to lose weight. I've been moving more and eating less.
Good.
In the past, like when I was 40, I would have probably lost about 15 pounds. I only lost 4 pounds, and I'm very irritated.
Well, you shouldn't be irritated because the average that we recommend is about 2 pounds per week. However, in the beginning, I know a lot of people want to see, faster results. So, we can pick it up a little bit, and that's no problem. But, slow and steady wins the race. I know you're anxious though.
Well, I am a fan of instant gratification, and I got to be patient.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to do my weight, and you're going to do some measurements.
Right, exactly. And I'll give you a plan, the Raw Truth Recharge, of course, and we're gonna hit the ground running.
Let's do it.
Well, you see, Richie's got himself into some serious stuff there. When you get Robbie Raugh involved, okay, she's going to take it to the limit. And good to see. I mean, he's lost 4 pounds, and according to her, that's exactly where he should be. So stay tuned next week in the Friday Wrap, and you'll find out if he lost more weight, if he stopped doing what he's doing. But I'll tell you right now, when Robbie cracks the whip, he's going to do what he's told. Hey, the Friday Wrap is over. The weekend is here. I'm going to head to the lake. Rita's already at the lake somewhere up north, and I hope you're going somewhere to enjoy your summer weekend. And we'll see you next week on the Friday Wrap. God bless. Well, Johnny, that was a good Friday Wrap.